Okay. So I can click got it because it comes up with got it in the end, I guess.
Yeah, it's just telling you that the session is being recorded.
Okay.
So what do we mark? Got it, right?
Yeah, always got it, because you're saying, yeah, I know, you don't need to worry, because some people will say, oh, I don't want to be part of a recording, and then check out of the meeting. So that's just what it means.
Okay. So I guess we can start. I would like to share my screen. Let's see. I hope I'm doing it right. With sound.
Have you seen the share screen button after chat?
Yes. To my video clip. Okay.
Yeah, click all those boxes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me start with my first screen. All right. I don't know if you can see me on your own end, but I know I'm sharing.
We can see you at the side, and we can see your screen.
Oh, okay. All right. I can't see anybody, so I wish I could see, but let me share my screen in the meantime. Let's see.
If you wish, you can see people, go to the top right, you see what they call views. So there are different ways you want to view people. There's gallery, you have options where you can have your side-by-side.
Right?
Yeah, so there's side-by-side, there's side-by-side speaker, side-by-side gallery, and then standard.
I normally see that when I'm in the congregation, or so to say, but right now that I'm the one sharing, I don't know why I'm not seeing that. Normally I should be able to see it.
Or next time, send me the slide so that I present and you can actually be boss all the way.
All right, no problem. I will present, and I'll see how, probably when I stop sharing, then I'll be able to see you guys. But in the meantime, let's just start with a little bit of prayer. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for this time with my sisters and the opportunity to be able to share and be a blessing. Lord, I pray, oh God, that you take absolute control. Holy Spirit, direct me and give me the wisdom and the right words to speak. Cause me to be a blessing to someone today in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So good day, everyone. It's like almost 3:30 here where I am, and I guess in Nigeria it should be late in the evening. So good evening to those in other parts of the world. Good day, good morning, whatever time of the day it is where you are. I really wished I could see your faces. I really don't know. Let me see. You're sharing my screen, but I should be able to see you guys. Let me see. I don't know why it's not showing. But let me just continue anyway for now. Okay, approval. Let's see if you can. Can you see where you'll be able to pull that up for me?
Can you see us now?
No, I can't.
Oh, I just controlled your screen and put us by the side.
Yes, but I don't see. Let me see.
Okay, let me see.
Maybe the screen I'm on is what is.
Oh, that's still my own button.
Okay, you're controlling on your end, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I can bring your view thing up. Okay. Oh, wait, let me stop share.
Okay.
And put the view, set up the view thing yet. Why is it not allowing me to as well?
All right. Let's see. Maybe you stop controlling, right?
Yeah, I'm going to stop controlling so that you stop share and then settle the view thing.
Okay. Okay.
Where is your Zoom?
My Zoom is way down here.
Okay, see your meeting controls, right?
Where is that?
Go back to your Zoom, just what you did now. So you have meeting controls on the right. Good, that one.
Yeah. This is it up here. It's up here. But I'm surprised. Okay,
Click on more. Click on more.
More. Okay. Enable annotation, hide names of show video panel.
Yeah, click on that one. Let's see. I think that one brings them on the top.
Okay. Now I see you guys. Okay. So let me go back to. Then how do I fully? Okay. So I think yes. Now I can see everybody. So I can put you up. Let me make it. At least I know I'm talking to. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So we're beginning with the first slide, I guess, which our topic for today is skincare, our skin as we grow older. I believe all of us are aging one way or the other. We are no more babies. We are now mommies, we are aunties, and most of us are going a bit over the 30 plus mark and above. And the older we become, the older also our skin becomes. And today we're just going to be sharing a few tips on how to care for our skin. So first and foremost, my name is Tolulope Ujo. Well, Mrs. Ujo, Ni Onimole. For some of you who know Dr. Onimole, Papa Chaplain, they're basically called from FET Mina. That's my dad. I'm first and foremost a child of God. I've known the Lord for a couple of years and actively. Sorry, excuse me. I'm a wife and a mother, married to a wonderful man by the name Ebenezer Ibi Nkaujo, and I'm a mother of 4 girls. I have twin girls, Taiwo and Kehinde, and Daniela and Esther. I'm an accountant by profession, a businesswoman, and a beauty consultant. For now, we are in Canada. Migrated here about 4 years ago, now a Canadian citizen. So that's just a bit about myself. I started skin beauty back in Nigeria, actually. I grew up with a setting of having, those of you who know me from back home, my mom, my late mom, was someone who didn't really bother about such things. She didn't see it as an important thing, in the sense that anything makeup, beauty, and those things were not part of her priority. She just felt basic, have your bath, cream yourself with Vaseline, and of course, use powder. She was particular about that. White powder, and that was it. But I also had an aunt who, on my dad's side of the family, who I loved a lot and also grew up around a lot. And I noticed that there was a lot of difference between the way they both cared for themselves. My mom, though slightly a bit older, and my aunts had just different ways of caring for themselves. And over the years, I realized that the main difference I saw was fine. My mom was particular about your cleanliness. Of course, you use your powder, use your Vaseline and all that, but there was no special interest in doing anything extra to the skin. But my aunt, who was on my dad's side of the family, I knew took care of her skin. And over the years, I saw the difference in their skin, and I was like, okay, if I want to grow older, who do I want my skin to look like? Which would I prefer? And so I started picking interests. Sometime back, I was back in Nigeria. Then I was looking for what to do. Remember those times that there will be one lockdown or one thing or the other. And so I spent a little bit of time learning a bit about beauty products, skin care, and I opened a mini shop back in Nigeria selling just different products. And for me, that was a way of making some extra money on the side. And I was doing that before we migrated down here. So I had to close my shop and sold off everything. But when I got to Canada, I was like, fine, I'm going to find work. For the first 6 months, I wasn't working. So I was like, what am I going to do? How can I help my family? How can I do business? Like back home where I was, it was easy to do business, but knowing I was in a foreign country, a new land, I needed to find something I was going to be able to do to bring in some form of income. And the first job fair I went to, I actually met someone who ended up being my director, and she was representing Mary Kay. I'm sure some of you have heard that about that product or business line or the products before. I knew from Nigeria we had Mary Kay powder foundation, but that was the limit I knew about it. But when I got here, I was like, why are you selling Mary Kay at a job fair? And she was like, it's a job. You can actually work it out as a job depending on what you want to do. And that was how I got into that, became a beauty consultant. And for the past 4 years, I've done that as a side gig. That brings in a little bit of income for me while giving me the opportunity to be able to have access to good skincare products at discounted amounts. So that's my journey into business and becoming a beauty consultant. So I'll say as humans, we care for our skin from cradle to grave. We have to, take care of these matters. As women, we need to take extra care of our bodies, skin, personal hygiene, due to the way we are made up. Compared to men, some men are a bit careful about such things, but averagely, the man or the average man really doesn't bother himself about fully taking care of his skin. Just have his bath, rub a cream here and there, and he's gone. They don't lose much body makeup wise that affects their skin. But as women, we all go through periods every month. And during your period, you lose a lot. Excuse me. This affects us and kind of makes women age faster. You lose minerals, you lose a lot of things. When you give birth, excuse me, you lose certain minerals from your body. Your body ages to also help prepare you to care for the child you brought into the world. So, excuse me, a lot of things happen for women every month. And due to these changes in our body, our skins are affected. And many Christians, I would say in quotes, are more concerned about, yes, I need to take care of my spiritual self. And some tend not to remember that your body is a temple of God, but at the same time, you have to care for it. Care for the spiritual parts, which you feed it with the word. You study the word of God. You read the word of God. You pray. You spend time in relationship with God. That's the first and foremost thing. That's the food for your body. Your spiritual body is most important, because if you care for the physical body and you don't care for the spiritual, then you're also missing it. Secondly, you have to care for your mind. Your mind is also very important. And your mind is made up of both your emotions, your psyche, your mentality, your character. I'll put all that into the mind. And that controls a lot of what you do. And through that, the best and wonderful way we can do that is we speak words of affirmation to ourselves. So I just put this little, though it was another page, daily reminders like telling yourself, I'm amazing, I can do wonderful things, positive, it is a choice, celebrates individuality, I'm prepared to succeed. Remember that, your happiness is important. Put God first, encouraging yourself. Many of us tend to speak evil to ourselves, let's be honest. I don't know if that happens to you, but I know at a point I was struggling with the kind of words I spoke. It wasn't what even people said to me, it was what I was saying to myself, my own inner thoughts. I tend to, speak things like I can't do it, I'm not beautiful. I struggled with that aspect of myself, at least for some years, until God gave me victory over it. I never felt I was beautiful. My parents would tell me you're beautiful, but I didn't see myself as beautiful. I struggled with that. I felt I was overweight, I was too big, I was too busty. There were a lot of things I felt about myself that I just didn't like. And so, because of that, many a times I would, in my mind, you're not beautiful. Who will look at you? That was even before I married. No guy will like you, even though guys, showed interest and everything. But I just had this mental block that they were lying. And so my mind wasn't on the positive side, right? I always was pulling myself down internally. But until I got to a place where God gave me victory, He had to deal with me in that area particularly and make me realize that first and foremost, He loved me. God loves us. God loves you. So first you need to control your mind. What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, I'm beautiful? Are you telling yourself, I'm loved? Are you telling yourself, I'm important? Are you telling yourself, I am someone who can achieve stuff or achieve things? These are things that you need to, take care of. You may say, what has that got to do with your skin? It has a lot to do with yourself, your whole self, because we're looking at the whole body now. So first of all, we talked about taking care of the spirit man, which is feeding it with the word of God, praying, having a relationship with God. But then we now have our own self, the mind, where you need to take control of that as well. You determine a lot of things. Yeah, people can speak to you from outside. It also affects, but what do you say to yourself matters. So that's the second very important part. If you tell yourself, I'm beautiful, look in the mirror, I'm beautiful. Tell yourself that. I want every one of you to do that right now. Say it to yourself. Call your name. I'm Tolulope, so Tolu, I'm beautiful. I want you to say that to yourself. Hello? I'm not hearing anybody say that.
We did though. Elizabeth, you're beautiful.
Yeah. You can unmute. I want to hear everyone. I don't want this to be strictly just me talking. So I want to hear everyone say it. I'm beautiful.
Tabitha, you're beautiful.
Yeah, Tolu, you're beautiful. And just to speak into your lives, I can see Tabitha here. I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are smart. Cherish, you are beautiful.
Mimi, you are beautiful.
Jennifer, you are beautiful. Abby, you are beautiful. We're all beautiful. We're all fearfully and wonderfully made by God. And for us women, a lot of us are struggling with that area of our lives, being able to accept ourselves for who God has made us to be. So I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are also powerful. You're a powerful being. You're strong. I mean, look at what we do. A lot of us, you're handling so many things at the same time. You're taking care of your children, you're taking care of your parents, you're taking care of your husband, and yourself most of the time comes last on the list. So here I am today, and I want to tell you that you need to take care of you. It's important. So first and foremost, like I said, the spiritual part is there. You need to care for that. Second is your mind. You need to care for your mind. You need to get to that point and that place to realize that you are important. Your mind is important. Your sanity is important. Some people are in hurtful relationships wherein their partners don't encourage them in any way, don't affirm them in any way. And those are things that pull you down. You may not even be able to come out and tell your partner that this is one area I feel you're lacking in. But you should be able to realize that what you now feed your own self matters. What are you telling yourself? Are you important? Are you beautiful? Are you strong? Are you who God says you are? Those are things you need to be able to tell yourself. I am who God says I am. I'm wonderful. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I'm capable. I'm able to do exceedingly abundantly above what I think or imagine, because God is in me, right? So these are things you can say to yourselves. Say it daily. Look in the mirror. Babe, you're fine. Tell yourself that, even if nobody tells you. Babe, you try. Babe, we're done. You know, those are things you say to yourself. Encourage yourself. And then third and lastly, I'll say you need to care for your body physically. So and then we're going to be looking at that which we're talking about. And this entails you washing, taking care of your body. As women, you need to wash yourself. Some people, at least when I came abroad, that's when I know that somebody can stay without bath, you know. You know, I was brought up, take your bath twice a day. I can't do without bathing twice. I find it very difficult. If I don't, even when it's extremely cold, like now, it's all ice where I live, but I will take my bath twice a day. If I can't, at least once. Take your bath daily, brush your teeth, brush your hair. Those are things you need to do. Feeding your body matters. Your body needs to be fed. The kind of food you eat also affects you, affects your skin, affects how you look. Then moisturize your body.
Tolu,
some people don't believe in, yes, please.
I have a question. There are some people that are of the view that because like here in the Western world, I remember when I came and I used to work in aged care, like the more you grow older, there's this view that you shouldn't be taking your bath twice because you're losing more skin cells as you age. And then some people end up having eczema or adverse reactions because they're sponging their skin and sort of, I don't know, maybe because we African skin, our skin is tougher. I don't know, but I really saw how for some of them, we couldn't actually bathe them. We had to sort of use a towel to just wipe their skin instead of the usual bathing that we do, where we scrub with a sponge.
Well, I'm not certain about whites. Maybe bathing for them is a problem. But to me, I've seen the consequences of not bathing as a Black person. That is when you get eczema. It's when you don't bath. When you don't bath well. When you don't scrub your skin well, my sister, that is when those things pop up. By the time you're wiping somebody, you're not really washing off dead skin. Let's be honest with ourselves. Because we change skin, right? Their dead skin, most of it is on your bed. You don't realize it. Dead skin drops off our bodies. Our body replenishes itself. So when you exfoliate, you allow the new, fresher skin come out and show. But when you don't bath, when you leave dead skin on, over time, it begins to form stuff. And that's when you have all those skin reactions. As far as I'm concerned, I may be wrong, but I believe, I'll give a very good example. We came into Canada, right? I still continued my 2-day routine of having my bath. My kids started feeling like Canadians. It's cold. There's no need to have their bath twice a day. But the truth of the matter is I have better skin than even my children. Why? They are not doing what they should do. And I keep telling them, I say, it's just what you do. If you don't wash properly, if you don't, you're scrubbing your skin, is natural exfoliating with your sponge. But you say you're wiping.
I agree
it
with
doesn't
you.
really remove it. Well, it's good to an extent. That's my own belief. I'm sorry, I'm not pushing anything down anyone's
It's not about
But I'm just talking now more from experience on my own side with myself, my family. Yes, please.
Sorry. No, I just wanted to add to what you said. It's very true because I remember back in the day, I used to bath without scrubbing myself. So I'll just use like soap on my body. And then I noticed that I started to have strawberry legs. I'm sure a lot of people have not heard of what strawberry legs is, but if you look at some people's legs, they have like something that protrudes as if it's like pimples or whatever. It looks black. If you can even go on YouTube, you'll see it's called strawberry legs. And I noticed that I started having it. And then the moment I actually started scrubbing it, like using sponge and scrubbing it, the thing has gone. So you see, I agree with you that, we need to scrub our bodies and all of that. You need to exfoliate your body, especially as you get older, because it gets, I think as children, it's even easier for your body to like exfoliate itself or something. I can't remember how it happens, but as you get older, you definitely have to scrub yourself better.
But the truth of the matter is, when you don't scrub to remove dirt, right? You have this thing that when you now, maybe just one day, you just rub yourself, you see like black stuff coming off your body. It's like rubber, screens, it's your skin, dead skin. So it's always
just
important.
Like even your legs, even your feet, under your feet, if you don't scrub it properly and get the, what you call them, is the name it's called.
Yeah, you have all those things.
You find that, so when you look at some people's feet, you can't eat because it looks terrible. So imagine that translating to your skin as well. Like if you don't scrub it, it will remain there. It will not come off. So that's why you should scrub it.
And to be honest with you, compare the average Black person's skin and the whites that say they don't bath. The difference is clear. I'm sorry to put it that way, but the difference is clear. The ones amongst them that take care of their skin, you see it. For someone who takes the effort, they bath, they wash their skin, there's a difference. The ones that don't, you see the difference in their skin. So I feel it's important. That daily washing is important. If you can't do twice, do once a day, still okay. As women, we give off certain smell. You need to cleanse yourself. So some people will say you don't bath. Me, I don't know. I don't know how somebody can stand the smell, because even me, I will smell to myself. And how much more people around you? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I was watching one program. Someone said 1 month she's not had a bath, shower. And then she was just pouring water on herself at that point. And I was like, 1 month. I would have, even me myself, I would have died in my skin, I guess. Because I can't even stand 1 day without having a bath. If I don't, I must find a way of putting water to wipe myself down. So maybe it's because I'm used to it, but I believe it has helped me also. So like I said, you need to moisturize yourself. Then feeding, the kind of food you eat matters. Fruits, vegetables go a long way to help your skin improve. The more fruits you take, especially when you are aging, more fruits, vegetables, and maybe less of sweet stuff, carbohydrates, those things are important. Another thing I forgot to put in, exercise matters. Exercise is very important. It also affects your skin. Good exercise, you don't have to run, just walking. I for one, I have seen the importance of exercise. Lockdown affected me a lot. I was working from home. I didn't have to go out for 3 good years. Apart from going to shop maybe once a month, I wasn't really going out. And I found out that I was gaining excess weight. I wasn't my usual self. I started having health issues. But I started going out again in about a month now. And I've seen the difference health-wise. That exercise, walking 5-10 minutes, a few minutes work makes a lot of difference. My skin too is glowing more because now I'm exercising more. So those are things that I feel as women, we need to inculcate. You may feel, where is the time? By the time I go to work, come back and settle the home, just a few minutes walk. Within that time, relax, take it as your me time. Maybe after all the work is done. I always do that. I've finished everything for the day. We've prayed for the night. It's safer here where I am than Nigeria, I know, but I'll take a few minutes, especially when the weather is good. I make sure I go out 10 minutes, walk around the area, come back. That's something. Within that time, your mind, you've cleared your mind of anything stressful, and relax yourself. Find time to relax. Take care of yourself. So let's move on to the next slide. So we're going to be talking of skincare, your skin type. It's important to know the type of skin you have. The type of skin you have also determines how well you would care for it. There are 3 major skin types, and we have the dry skin, oily skin, and combination. So you have those who have very dry skin. Your skin is, Esther, please let me put off that fire on this. Off. Switch it off. Remove the pot totally from the fire. Just move it. Thank you. Just leave it there. Thanks. So, like I was saying, leave it. So, sorry for that distraction. Dry skin. Some people have very dry skin. How do you know you have dry skin? When you wake up in the morning, is your skin flaky, extremely tight? Yeah, extremely tight, dry. Your skin may even be dropping or peeling off. For someone who has dry skin, that's most times, especially for like the T-zone areas, it's always dry. It's always, for some, it's as bad as having it cracking, you know. So those are things that you notice if you have dry skin. For some, they have oily skin. Oily skin, when you wake up in the morning without anything being applied to your face has oil. I have oily skin, especially in my face. But the funny thing is, other parts of my body, I have dry skin. Like my leg area, I have dry legs. So for my body, facially, I produce a lot of oil. But on my body, my skin is dry, that my skin drops off, especially in the dry season. When I came here into Canada, the weather is drier than Nigeria, you know. So I have flakes coming off my body, which I never had when I was back home. But here, I noticed I now have dry flakes on my body, but my face is still oily. And then you have someone who has what we call the combination. So it's in between. You have a little bit of dry parts and some parts are oily. So it depends on the type of skin you have. Now, if you have dry skin, then you know that what you need to do is look for how to add moisture back into your skin. So for someone who has dry skin, we're looking at products that would help add moisture to your skin, add oil to your skin. For someone who is oily skin, we're trying to look for what will reduce the excess oil. So you're looking for products that would reduce the excess production of oil that you have to give you a normal look. For someone who has combination, that means you're looking for something that has a balance in between to add moisture and at the same time take off the excess oil. Now, I work with a company called Mary Kay, and then we have product lines that are for both oily, dry, and combination skin. So depending on the products you are using at any point in time, you would then have the one that works for that. It makes it a lot easier. We have products for face, products for body, generally your hands and feet. So we're going to be looking at, like I said, the next slide says, here will be steps for daily skincare. Oops, sorry for that error in my spelling. Skincare. So first and foremost, cleansing and washing with a good cleanser is where you start from. So I will make this class a little bit practical, and I'll be showing you a few products I use. And later on, if you are interested, if you are maybe in Canada, these are products that you can reach out to me if you're interested in, and you can get some. I also sell them. If you are in Nigeria, if you want me to maybe help with getting it across to you, we can talk about that later. But basically, what I'm going to be doing is just showing you how I use these products daily. So we have what we call the 3D Miracle sets, which is our flagship product. It comes in both oily and dry skin combination. So you can either use it, if we have the one for dry skin, we have that for those who have oily skin and who are combined. So first and foremost, what you need will be your cleanser. So I'm going to start the process by showing you what you need to do daily. You would, for some people, they feel it's a little bit stressful, but for me, I found a routine around it. And all I do is just before going into the bathtub to have my bath, I apply my cleanser. So all you need to do will be add a bit of cleanser on your face. Now, we have what we call a invigorating brush. It's a brush. There are different ones. You can get them from different brands, but Mary Kay also has her own products. So all we need to do is scrub your face.
Tolu, should you not stop sharing so we can see what you're saying, you're doing?
Are you not seeing me?
We are seeing the slides.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry. I thought you could see me.
No.
Okay. So I'll start. That means all I said earlier on, most of you did not see that. So I said this is our products line. We call it the 3D Miracle Set. It's the products we use for cleansing and taking care of our skin. So it comes in different combinations. We have the oily and the dry skin sets. If you are oily skinned, we have the one for the oily skin, the one for the dry skin, we have that. And we have some other ones. People who have acne, who are struggling with acne problems. We have a product line for them. Those who have excessive skin damage, we have a dermatological sets for that as well. So I said we are starting out, the first thing is you're going to cleanse your skin. And so I took the cleanser and added just a bit to my face. And then with what we call a skin vigoration brush, I'm putting it in a little bit of water. Normally, I would just wash my face with this cleanser.
And this is
but
daily.
Because I'm using, yes, you can do this daily or maybe 3 times a week with the brush, but it helps remove excess dead skin from your body. It's just a 1 minute kind of thing. It's not something that is going to take long. And what does this brush do? It helps remove, especially for those of us that use makeup and stuff like that. Washing with just your hands does not remove everything, but this one goes in deep and scrubs out the dead cells on your skin. And if you can see my brush, I had washed my face. I've had my bath this morning, but stopping the brush, you can see the coloration on it. Yesterday I had washed off, and this morning washed off the makeup I had used, but because I'm using the brush, it brings out extra. It's just like saying you're brushing your teeth and you use your hand and you use a toothbrush. You probably will get more dirt out of your teeth by using your toothbrush than just using your hand alone. So because I'm doing this online, normally if I'm in my own bathroom, I will wash my face, you know. So see, it still shows that I had some stuff from yesterday on my face, even though, oh yeah, this morning I had applied a little bit of what I call CC cream, which is it's a little bit of foundation like, but it's a cream illusion. So it gives you a smooth finish. So all you need to do is wipe your face off with towel. So this is what I'm doing. I've wiped up with soap. So normally after we wipe off the soap, sorry, I will be putting on my glasses on and off because I tend not to see clearly. So after I've washed my face, the next stage is then the moisturizer. Now this particular set comes with what we call the day cream and night cream. So for the day, I cleanse my face first, and then I use my moisturizer. If it's nighttime, I use the night moisturizer. And then we have what we call the eye cream that comes with it. So we're not just treating the face alone. So it's daytime here, so I'm going to be using a little bit, just a pea size of the day cream. I apply that. I apply all the way down to my neck area, actually. So if I'm scrubbing, it's just because I'm trying to be a bit fast. I scrub up to my neck. I apply that. And then I go ahead and apply the eye cream. If it were nighttime before going to bed, that's always the last thing I do before going to bed. I apply the night cream as the last option before going to bed. So I wash my face with the cleanser. After rinsing it off, I then use my night cream and then apply the eye cream. This reduces puffiness around the eye area and fine lines. I've been quite stressed out for the past 1 month due to having to work 2 jobs, unfortunately. Fortunately, I'm actually trying to get back into my field of study, which is accounting. So I got an internship position, but I work as a customer service representative from home. This is my home desk where I work as well. So I have to combine those 2 jobs for now. And it has been a bit stressful. And so you will see, I have a little bit of darker circles under my eye. But one thing I realized is anytime I use my eye cream consecutively for a few days, it reduces the dark circles, it reduces the puffiness. Because I had been off and on, I had not used my eye cream for some days, but I used it yesterday and today, and my eyes are way better than what they had been a few days back. So now I have moisturized my face. This, for me, is a daily routine. I do it in the morning, I do it in the evening, and it has kept my skin fresh. The skincare products that I showed you just now, what it does is, it's called 3D in the sense that it delays aging, it reduces fine lines, and it improves your skin tone over time. So you find out that when you take extra care, there's always a difference. If you don't, you will age. Whether we like it or not, we will age. But why age faster? Due to most of the stress we go through, due to most of what we are going through. We're all struggling with one thing or the other, especially those of us in the Western world. It's a lot more, I would say, difficult because you don't have the support system you have back home. I had a house help. I'll go to work and my house help will probably do most of his chores before I come back. But here, I don't have that. I have to do my chores. Well, I thank God I have wonderful daughters who have been helping me out. But imagine if I didn't have that. My girls were still small, my kids are still small, and there are a lot that have small kids. So they can't really help out that much. You have to do all these things. Your partner may be the type that supports you, and he may not be the type that supports you in helping around the house. So these are things that you need to now do on your own. In spite of all the stress you're going through, caring for yourself matters. Your body matters, your skin matters. And at the end of the day, you will look the better for it. You will look fresher, you will look nicer by just taking that little extra step of caring for your skin. So let me go back to my slide. Okay, yeah, there's another thing I wanted to share. So we're talking about the different skin care products. We have products for your skin generally now. I only showed you caring for the face because that's the most important part of your body that everybody sees. They don't see what's under most of the time. But it's also important to take care of it because, you know, as women, we share that part with Oga. He's the one that sees it the most. So you need to care for that one that he sees more. You need things like, this is exfoliating for the body itself, and lotion. This is a hydrating lotion. So all it does is also adds moisture back to your skin. It gives you a wonderful skin, smooth skin. We have what we call microdermabrasion set, and that's an exfoliating set. Twice a week, it's good to exfoliate your skin. And what does exfoliation mean? Removing dead skin. So what we do with the exfoliating set, that one has like fine particles. We scrub off the dead skin and then moisturize after doing that. You remove dead skin. Some people have jojoba products, different types of products. You can try whatever it is you have around you if you don't have access to Mary Kay. But it's just that I use Mary Kay. It's been tried, it's been tested. This is a company that's been in existence for like 56 years, 60 years actually to this year. And anybody, excuse me, that you see using the products and use it consistently, you see the difference in their skin. So exfoliating is important. And once you've exfoliated, you need to restore back your moisture. So you need to moisturize. Then there are serums. So I'll go back to sharing my skin.
I remember my late sister used to use brown sugar for exfoliation.
Okay.
So she would rub it in and then let it rest for a while, and then wash it off. So you could also look for natural DIY exfoliation treatment. This will actually be good for self-care.
For self-care, yeah. So some people prefer natural products entirely, which is also good. Another natural one you can use is mixing Vaseline and sugar, and a little bit of, for some, you can also use lemon to scrub your face, but no, lemon will be a bit harsh, so you have to be careful. Depends on your skin type. If it reacts or you may react, stop such a thing. But you can also use sugar and Vaseline to do a little bit of exfoliation, and then you wash your skin off and then add your cream to it. So those are things you can do. So like I said, after you exfoliate, you moisturize, you use serum, and then use face primer. What does a face primer do? The face primer protects your skin from whatever you're also going to put onto your skin. So it's one, acts like what we call plaster. When you're building a house and you put the blocks, you want to paint the house, you first plaster the house. It's not, you plaster the house, then you paint on it. So the same thing for face primer, it gives you a smoother skin texture before you add either your foundation, powder, or anything you want to add onto your skin. It also kind of blocks any external things from getting under your skin. So it's a two-way thing. It gives you a smoother finish and at the same time protects your skin. You'll find out that some people, when you see them, you begin to see their pores. You can see their pores that are very open. Now, if you use face primer, it kind of closes up those pores for you, so that when you're applying in either your cream or foundation or whatever it is you want to use later, your skin looks smooth. You also use what we call CC cream for foundation. Let me stop sharing this. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Let's see. I wish there was a way I could show my face and at the same time. Okay, I think I should be able to do both.
Side by side?
Yeah, there should be a way
when you're sharing,
When you're sharing your screen, I can actually see your camera. I don't know why Mama Lizzie can't. Well, I can
Let me
see you
see. It's
actually.
probably what I did
No, I
when
can
I
also
was.
see. It's just that when she was doing those examples, her screen was too small, and most people didn't know. But then I can
Oh,
also
okay.
see her. It's just that we needed her skin to be, her face to be big.
Okay. Okay.
Try side by side.
Let me try now and see. Let me see this one. Okay. Can you see me and at the same time see the?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm also seeing you and so. All right. So for CC cream, I will show you what that is on my end. We have what we call this was the face primer I was talking about. So normally what I would do when I'm getting ready in the morning, I would apply a little bit of the face primer. It gives you a smooth finish, like I said. And then if my pores were open, it kind of does not allow all the foundation and everything sink through my pores. So it gives me that smoother finish. And then I go with what I call, where's my CC cream? Sorry. I prefer what we call the CC cream. So it's almost like a foundation at the same time, but it's not the foundation. The foundation tends to be drier. It has this dry finish, but I prefer the CC cream because it has SPF and it's a moisturizer. It's as if I'm rubbing just body cream. So if you see, I'm going to just put a little bit of it. All you need is a little bit. Sorry, because I'm not wearing my glasses, I'm not seeing too well, but we'll walk around it. Foundation application takes a lot of time. For me, I'm the lazy woman. I want something simple. With this CC cream, like I said, it's just like a body lotion, but it gives me coverage. So I can use brush. You can use a foundation brush, or like this brush we have, the CC brush. But I prefer sometimes to use the brush and sometimes to use my hand. So you can actually just use the brush to apply. But because I'm doing, normally I would bring my mirror up to my face. Because I'm doing this on the screen, I want to be able to just apply everything. I'm going to use my hand to make it a little bit faster and easier. So I'm just rubbing it as if I'm rubbing my body cream, right? But it gives me coverage. That's the good thing about this CC cream. If there were serious blemishes on my face, it will be covered. It has SPF in it. So it gives me that finished look. I can go out with just this on my face. Or I can decide I want to up it and add a little bit of powder. Because I have oily skin, I always tend to add powder to reduce oil. I add powder to reduce my oil. And so what I would do is using powder that is my own color. Powder that is my own color. I just top it up. Sorry, right now I'm not seeing what I'm doing, so please give me. I'm just doing everything without my glasses on. I normally would have my glasses on when I'm doing almost all this. So I just top it with powder. And to make my day look when I'm just going out, I apply a little bit of eyeshadow. There are different types. This is liquid, what we call liquid eyeshadow. So I would apply this on my eyelid just to give my eyes some form of pop. Let me see why it's okay. So I'll just apply this here. I can use my hands to smoothen it out. I'm sorry, most of what I'm doing because I'm not my regular. So I will do that, and if I was going out, or which I'm not going out right now, apply a little bit of lipstick, and I'm good to go for the day. Something simple, just under a few minutes, and I'm
that
good
was
to
quick.
go. I don't need to do the heavy makeup thing.
What shade of foundation do you use, Tolu?
This is bronze 1, and I can also use beige depending, because of the way our weather here is. I have 2 shades. I'm lighter during the winter periods because there isn't really much sun, but when it's summertime, I go darker. So I use the lighter powder during the summertime, which is like beige 2, and then winter time like this, I use bronze 1.
Okay.
So for that, we can always, if anyone needs maybe their particular color based on your looks, I can always tell which is your color. We can help you sort that out. I'll find out which one it is. But this was just like a simple look. And if I'm going to finish it all up, right? We are rushing out. Too much.
Yes, so you too much.
Finish everything up with your wig.
Yes, so
We are wig wearers here, sorry. And I'm off to work. I'm off out. Less than 10 minutes. Whatever it is I wanted to do.
at least
And it only took me
you will
this
not annoy
long
your husband with
because
that one. He doesn't have
you
to
said,
wait long. I said you won't annoy your husband with this one. He doesn't have to wait long.
oh, well, I take longer, especially if I'm going to church or something like that. But I try to, do everything before I even get dressed. So I've done my makeup and then I just rush to wear my clothes and I'm off. If I'm going to work under 10, 15 minutes, less than 10 minutes, I have my bath, I do my makeup, try to get out in time. So those are simple steps you can just take for your daily skincare routine. Let's see. So the next slide, we talk about hair care. So for your hair, you need to also take care of that. It's not just your skin that you're going to be taking care of. You need to take care of your hair. Wash your hair regularly, condition it, oil your hair, plaits or braids, and then brush daily or groom your hair when you're stepping out. For people like us that we use wigs to deceive everybody. So I
Or
would
just
say,
make life easy.
well, that's the way it's not deceive anyway. It's easier here because when you want to plait your hair, it costs.
In fact, this
so
one,
much.
Mimi, you owe us a presentation because I've been wondering recently if I should just go into dreadlocks and forget about the hair thing.
I'm almost considering that myself, actually.
We actually need,
because,
I just need someone to boost
kind
me
of
to
cheaper.
forget. Because my question is, when you carry these braids, do you wash your hair with the braids? How do you condition your hair? Because we take braids for long. And so how good am I being to the hair? But then with dreads, I find that you can wash it,
what
right?
I do is when I'm doing braids, so it's been like 2 years I've done any serious thing to my hair, if I be honest to you. I've always just done simple plaiting my natural hair. And then I'm always with either a wig or, I have different types of wigs, so I just go in that.
And what do people at
that's
work
what I
think
go
when
out
you
with.
are changing? Or because you work from home, maybe? Because
Well,
I had to stop using my wigs because I became a spectacle at work because, oh, how did you do that? That was quick. You had the other one.
don't mind the white people, Joe. They are very, very funny people.
How did your hair
I don't
grow
know why
back?
they will be finding
Oh,
out
it's not your
same thing.
hair.
Last week I was going to work with this particular wig. So I went for a whole week with it. Then I changed the wig. And I went with another one. And the first thing, like, oh, you changed your hair. I'm like, yeah. I realized, okay, I know people have mentioned it. So I've decided that even if I want to change wigs, I'll just stick with one for at least a week consistently so that they just feel maybe you have a particular new look. But you know us in Nigeria, I can carry this one today, tomorrow I wear the other one to fit whatever mood I'm in. So, well, if you have dreads, it's actually easier to manage. If you are plaiting braids, I think that one is even simpler. Have it on for at least a month, 2, 3, and you're okay. Just brush, oil. While you have braids, you can always wash. You can still wash braids, dreads. You can always wash them. So, but as children of God, we need to just care for those parts of ourselves. Wash, the hair and all that. Then we have your hands and feet. For us women, your hands tend to be in a lot of water often. You tend to always washing plates, washing clothes, all those kind of things. So those are part of yourself. You need to also care for your hands and your feet. Take out time to cut your nails, trim them, wash and moisturize regularly. We have a product also that helps with pedicure and manicure that you can use at home for the Mary Kay product line, which is very affordable. I mean, if I were to go to the salon to go and do a pedicure or manicure for my feet, I probably will spend like $80 for one session. However, the product line itself is just about 60, which you can use for a year, 2 years, even depending on how it is. Once in a while, exfoliate your skin on your feet, your hands, exfoliate and moisturize. Take time to cream your hands and feet, use hand creams, hand lotions. These are simple things that we can do that will help improve our skin. So let me stop sharing the slide itself. Okay, sorry. Now I'm seeing myself and what I did. I can work on that. So like I told you, I wasn't seeing myself.
So I'm going to stop recording in case people have questions.
Okay.
Yep.
So